The other day, my friend Steven sent me this Instagram post, which is just a TikTok, and I found it fascinating. And Steven said, "Wouldn't this be fun to code?" And I thought it would be, but who has time to code something like this? I don't. And I thought about it for a couple weeks, and then eventually I had to code it in the terminal. Coding this in the terminal presents a few interesting challenges. First of all, in the terminal, you don't have pixels, you have rows and columns, so nothing can overlap, right? Every emoji here has to be next to another emoji, can't be partially on top of another emoji. And speaking of emojis, how does your terminal even render emojis? I think it depends on the operating system, on the font, on the terminal. So getting emojis to render properly is actually kind of tricky, especially if you're trying to calculate some kind of fixed width, which I am here. Then some emojis which are double width will end up throwing off your boundaries, and that can make things quite complicated. Before we get into the mechanics of the game, I'm just going to show you a few things. So I have it in the bottom left, you can see speed equals turtle. That's slowing things down. I can have speed equals lightning, and that makes everything very fast. And then I have an H, which is going to show you help and explain to you that, yeah, if your terminal is broken, or if it looks broken, it might be your terminal or your font or anything, I'm sorry. But yeah. Okay, let's get into the mechanics of this game. So I'm going to hit N for new game. And it's rock, paper, scissors, right? So rock is going to eat paper or take over paper. And then, I mean, you know how paper, rock, scissors works, I hope, right? If you don't, I mean, what a rabbit hole for you. How old are you? Okay, but the individual piece mechanics are actually quite interesting. Let's follow this scissor right here. Okay, so where's this scissors going? He is going to try and get to any paper, but if any rock get close to him, he's going to try and run away. And there he goes down. So it's try and find a paper, move towards it. Unless there's a rock near you, then move away from it. But don't be too cowardly. If there's a rock kind of far and you can think you can get away, then go ahead. And yeah, so you can see this scissor is still on his way, chasing after that paper, and now there's a rock. So the individual piece mechanics are actually fairly complicated. And you can kind of tell that if you watch it at a normal speed. You can watch them sort of being aggressive and then running away and then being pushed towards the wall and trying to escape. It's not actually as straightforward as I initially thought. In this game, the mechanic is very simple. Paper goes towards rock, scissors goes towards paper. That's all they do. They're very dumb, right? They will never try and run away from their enemies. They just try and run towards the people that they think they can destroy. My game is more complicated than that, but I think it's less interesting to watch because there's no overlap, right? So it feels more disjointed. This project is available on GitHub. I'll have a link in the description. I'm using Bubble Tea for the rendering. This is a Go project. Okay, and I'll leave you with one final battle.